Hi, today we'll talk about how to parse an HTML using Jsoup on Android. So let's get started. So the first thing you need to do is get the Jsoup library from jsoup.org. So you can go to jsoup.org and slash downloads and you can download the latest version of the jar file. So I've already downloaded the file as you can see over here. So once you've downloaded the file, you can copy it to the libs folder of your project. So you can create a new empty project as I've created here. I've created an empty project and I've added a list adapter to it and a list view to it. So other than the list view and adapter, it's a plain normal empty Android project that I've created. So once you have downloaded the jar file, you can copy it to the libs folder of your app. So this is the project file. Inside the app folder, you can go to the libs folder and you can copy the jar files that you have downloaded. So once you copied that, you can go to your Android project and you can sync it. To sync it, you can just open the build.gradle file. Your jar file that you have added, if you are added inside the libs folder, it will be already included by this statement. So you can just sync the project or you can just directly build the project now. So once you do that, you can go to the main activity. So since we are making a network call over here, all the network calls should be done in a separate thread and not a main UI thread. So I have just an async task over here, as you can see. This is the plain normal main activity file which has a list view for display, the adapter of the list view. I'm just saving the context over here and this is the data which would be fed to the adapter. And here I'm initializing the context, the data, the list view and also the adapter. So for the HTML file, so I have created a new HTML file. So this is a basic HTML file which has a heading, a title, a paragraph and some divisions and some lists. So this is just a basic HTML file and I have hosted on the local host currently. So I have used a Node.js server to host the HTML file. You might as well use some other server like Apache, Tomcat, etc. So for the purpose of this tutorial, we would use Node.js to host the HTML page on localhost. So as you can see over here, I have hosted the web page that you're seeing right over here on localhost, and this is the web page. It has a list and another list which is nested inside this. So now let's parse this web page, HTML page. So to do that, first in our async task that we have defined to make the network calls, we need to get the document. So document is nothing but the HTML page that you're trying to get. So since I have hosted my web page on the local host and I am accessing through the Genymotion emulator, I am giving the IP address of my computer, the local IP address that is. So to initialize the web page using Jsoup, create a document variable and initialize it to Jsoup by this, like this. So now let's see if the HTML page that we have connected to is getting loaded. So we'll just log out the HTML page, the complete string of the HTML page that we have loaded. Take some time to build. So here we go. So as you can see, we have loaded the HTML page using Jsoup. So we get the complete HTML page that is hosted. So the document element contains the complete web page. So now what we need to do is we need to get only some parts of the web page. So we have a whole web page and we need to just parse some part of it. So let's take an example. Let us parse a web page by using some ID. So as you can see, this division has the ID div1. So what if we need only this division in the whole HTML page? So for that, we can use the getElementById attribute as the method of the doc object. As you can see, we need to get the ID of the element that we need to retrieve. So over here, the ID is div1. So we need to retrieve this div block. So this returns an element. So element is nothing but a node inside the web page. So let us print out this element that we have retrieved. So as you can see, we have just retrieved the div block that we needed. So only this part is retrieved now. So what we have done, we have parsed the complete web page and we have retrieved only the part that we need to retrieve. So what if we need to, say for example, retrieve this title? So for this, again, Jsoup provides a really good method. You can just directly do doc.title. This will retrieve us the title of the web page. So the next thing would be, what if we need to get only some elements with some class name? So as you can see, there are 3 elements with the class name ABC. So we need to retrieve only these 3 elements. So for that, we can use the getElementByClass method of the div object. And we can give the appropriate class name. Over here it is ABC, and this returns many elements. So since there can be many elements with the same class name, it returns a list of the elements basically. So as you can see, we can directly get the elements and we can print out the elements now. So yeah, so now we have retrieved the elements with class ABC. As you can see over here, this list item has a class ABC, this list item has a class ABC, and again this list item has a class ABC. So what we have retrieved now is three list items with the class name ABC. What if we need to, so similarly we can basically get the list items with the class name, say for example child. This would return these 3 elements. So what if we need to return some elements with some attribute, for example, say some image or some link? So we can do that using getElementsByAttribute, and you can give the corresponding key for what we need to retrieve. So next, so what if we need to retrieve some element by the tag? Say for example, we need to just retrieve this paragraph, or example, for all there are many paragraphs and we need to retrieve all the paragraphs by using the tags. So for that, we can just use getElementByTag and give the tag that we need to retrieve. So I have given the paragraph tag over here, and this gives me the elements. So you can loop over the elements and we can print all the elements over here. So as you can see, we have selected an element by using the tags, and we get the paragraph over here. So what if we need to get the child of an element? Say, let us take for this example, what if we need to get the children of this division, which is nothing but these elements. So for that, we can use the children method of this. So there are many overrides for this. We can get elements, we can get the elements as a list of nodes, or else you can get elements as an element object also. So let us get all the children uh, of this div, which is nothing but which has an ID of div1. So as you can see, we have got all the children of the div1 that we have selected over here. So this is how you can pass an HTML page using Jsoup. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like, subscribe and comment. Thank you.